for starters, like when you're on the power play or on a PK, what kind of information as this moves around the zone are you gathering? And when do you decide, like we see this look right here, pucks
Hmm.
going, when are the moments, how important are look-offs and when are you looking for them?
Yeah, I mean, so first off here, I mean, the first thing I want to start off with is that the Ranger power play is pretty darn good. You look at the five players on the ice, and all five of them are capable of making elite high end plays. So for me as the goaltender, I want to be putting myself in the best situation possible, and a lot of that's going to start with reading what's going on and where everyone is. So for me, scanning, especially on a power play like this, is extremely important. Getting to, trying to figure out where everyone is and knowing where they're at. So a lot of that comes from time and space, where the puck is, where the player is. So right here's a great chance to scan some ice because the puck's in the corner. You got some time to kind of look around, see where everyone is.
Okay. So it comes through the corner.
Yep.
The other thing there too is there are some guys in the league, and again, we talked when we had you on the podcast, we talked about
Hmm.
there is no one way, but
Hmm.
there are guys that would be in a reverse already here.
Yeah. Yeah. And for me, actually reverse is something that I got a lot more comfortable in this year. But in a situation like this, I still want to be on my feet as much as possible. Kreider isn't a shooting threat there. I got nothing to worry about when it comes to him shooting on the net. There's obviously no chance from that spot to put it in the net. So the puck is gonna, you know, essentially the puck is gonna come in front of me here, and being on my feet is gonna put me in the best situation possible. Just get from spot A to spot B here.
And then again, as Kreider throws it back up the wall, we see another scan.
Another scan. Yep. And so I'm trying to think here. I can't see. You got Kreider down there. You got a righty that's going to be coming to the net here. You got Adam Fox, who I've known for a long time now. He grew up playing with my brother. You want to talk about high IQ hockey? That's Adam Fox. You got Mika Zibanejad, who is always a one-timer threat, especially on his strong side here, where he's, that puck is going to be, he's always looking to put that puck on the net. And so that's something that obviously for me, I know where he's at right now, and I know he's cocked, and he's looking to get this puck on and off his stick in a heartbeat, and it's going to be coming my way.
When we saw another
So I'm,
look up,
and
yeah,
obviously right
you had
here,
another look off there too.
you got another look off. Here, you know, it's not necessarily a dangerous situation with where Fox is. Sometimes I like to be, in a perfect world, if that puck's coming to the net, I would like to be looking on the left side of, I think that's Martin Feravari there, maybe. But I'm getting a better look on the right side of his body, and you see this puck's coming. There's going to be not much delay from me. A lot of that comes from, again, knowing where Zibanejad's at. And it's a nice play by Fox, but I'm getting over there. I think my hands are in a good spot. Visually, I'm in a good spot. I can see my head's down on the puck, and I'm getting to a nice spot there and make a nice, clean save, comfortable save.
Okay, and last little part of that is let's just walk me through, like you said, that push, that movement itself. Um, like you said, you've scanned, he's there, the puck's headed over there. What do you hand position? What looks like the head leads that movement too, and
Yeah, I mean, for me,
prioritizing
it's
angle over depth.
angle over depth for sure. And for me, I find that when I'm playing my best hockey and I'm moving my best, my head is leading. My head is, the reason why you want your head to lead is because your head's going to tell you where to go, just naturally. And so when you find, I've found for myself, when I find that my body starts leading before my head, I'm going to get into situations where I'm going to start getting spread out, or I'm going to start reaching on pucks. When my head's over the, leading, and then my head's over the puck here, you just see right here that everything comes together, and making a nice save in a good position, the butterfly there. So, and for sure, right there, it's you're not thinking depth. I mean, it's all angle there. He's not at a great angle, so it's a easy push, squaring up to the shooter and just taking away his space. Yeah, so we get caught in a change here, and it's a turns out to be a 3-on-2. Again, you look at who's on the ice. It's three pretty darn good players here for the Rangers, and I remember distinctly Trocheck getting the inside, or getting the edge here on a foot race to the net.
When
And again, you
what
got
Sorry, I was just gonna say when you're in as it's
yeah.
coming through the neutral zone, what's the information you're looking for? Like, do you like
So
you know it's Trocheck, but like say if you were younger, what would you be looking for if you didn't know the actual players?
yeah, so I mean, first off, you want to know, how many guys. So right here, you got three guys that essentially could be dangerous. I think this Lafreniere there, who's a lefty, that he could essentially put himself in a really good spot. For the one thing that stuck out for me when this was going on live was just Trocheck's speed, and you got so yeah, I mean that's something that it looks like. I mean, you can start to tell here that I think he's racing Edmondson here, but Trocheck's gonna essentially he's gonna beat him to the net. And so for me, you can see that I got that backwards flow going on right now, and I get a pretty good push. Panarin, obviously one of the best passers, one of the best playmakers in the game. But it all starts with the momentum there. Even right there, you can see my depth's in a good spot. If I was in the white right now, I'd be putting myself in a pretty tough situation. But I like where I'm at depth wise. And then obviously he makes a really good pass, but I feel like I take away a lot of Trocheck's time and space with the puck, just with my push and read. So this was a, I would say it was a big time read that set up this whole play and execution here.
So if you had, for example, we just rewind it a little bit, if you don't recognize that early speed and you prioritize Lafreniere and take a step out,
Hmm.
you've got way too far to travel on the back door.
Yeah, and we got a backchecker here coming back for Lafreniere a little bit. But even I like the backwards momentum here, because even if Panarin were to shoot, I'm still in a spot to you can see I'm not cheating at all. I'm still square to him. I'd feel comfortable making that save. But at this point, I mean I can see it's a pass, and so again it's the and going back to the podcast, I mean, that's my rush right there. That's the ideal rush where I, read the play. I stop on the foot that I want. I'm square to the shooter. I'm not cheating, and I get a nice push over. And again, he doesn't really have a ton of room to put that puck, above the pad.
I was just gonna say, and even if he does, like, we talk about the push itself as you sort
Hmm.
of flatten out into it a little bit,
Yep.
but not too much.
Yep.
The blocker position, what do you like about the way you've built vertical coverage on top?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's covering space. I mean, I could even in a perfect world, I could even be more down on that puck. But I mean, you look right there. I mean, that's it's a good look for the pace of that pass, where he's at. Um, there's not much he can do there. So I'd say overall it's a pretty good execution. It's a big save at a big time. It's a tied hockey game, early second period. But yeah, I like a lot of that look. I mean, and again, I'm someone that I'm always trying to get better. I can see that I could be tighter. I could be more down on that puck, but at the end of the day, I remember when I was 12 years old, I got asked the question, would you rather make in the state tournament, would you rather make a great save doing the wrong technique, or or have it be a goal but make the right technique? And at 12 years old, I said I'd rather make the right technique and give up the goal. I look back on that now. Obviously, I was young, but that's the wrong answer. Any way to keep that puck out of the net, that's what you got to do. And I think right there, I give myself a pretty good chance of keeping that puck out of the net.
I was gonna say, like, even if you want to make, and when you say tighter, I'm assuming you're meaning maybe the back shoulder coming with you and the glove not
Yeah,
flying
back
open,
shoulder, the
but there's
back
still a
pad. I
lot
mean,
to love there.
yeah, there's a lot to I like to save a lot.
Okay.
That's if I'm being extremely picky. Which again, we go through film a lot, and you're always trying to learn. And but there's a lot there's a lot I like. I love the momentum I had going back. It wasn't too fast. Again, where Panarin was, if he was shooting, I'm in a great spot. I'm square. I'm not flattening out. I'm not cheating. So there's just the execution was really solid there.
Well, and then the other thing, so you come across you are spread out to make a tough dynamic save, and
Yep.
then this is also another good lesson. Automatically right back into your post because
Yep.
this play doesn't end.
Yep. It doesn't end here. Yeah. So,
Like,
again, this is it's a team that's really good at making high end plays. So now you got Eric Gustafson, who I played with in Wash last year, who's a terrific shooter, and he's a great playmaker himself. This was what I like about this here is that it would have been extremely easy. And it's, 3 years ago, what I would have done is I'd probably still be charging out right now. And you start charging out, you're gonna. I mean, this backside play. I mean, you give yourself zero chance. And here I'm, pretty much set. And I know exactly. Again, I know exactly where Panarin is right now. I know he's in a great spot. And I know that I got to give myself a chance on this play too. So you can see it's a tough play because it's bang bang.
well, I think your
But
defenseman probably screens you. Like, it's really
there's
easy from my camera angle to see that he opens his hands up for a pass, but you've got your guy in the way.
there's a screen here for sure. But again, love the depth I'm in right now, and you can see that I'm starting to see this a little bit late. Uh, and and so you can see here that now I'm playing a little bit of catch up. But again, I'm giving myself at least a chance to get something in the way here, and he ends up missing the net here. But you can just see this puck's on his stick right now. It's coming to the net. I mean, I'm getting my leg over. If that gets on net, you can see that it's probably going to hit my pad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I like the way I like the way I played that. So
Okay. And last
good
one,
play.
if you just push across here flat,
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't like it exposes a bunch more net short side.
For sure.
That little C cut sort of, I
Mhm.
don't even know if that's the phrase you would use, but getting that rotation with the right pad before you make this push back into angle, like,
Yeah.
is that just
It,
instinct at this point, stuff you work on? What do you call that? What, like,
I mean, this right here is for sure a lot of instinct. I mean, you don't. It's hard to practice a situation where you're in this this sort of stance or situation. So it's instinctual, but it's also, again, it's experience, it's battling, and it's just knowing essentially where the net is and what you got to cover. Play the game for a long time, you start to figure out kind of the space that you're giving up at you know any different at every different situation. And so yeah, I'm able to just kind of get that pad heading towards that post, and kind of squaring up a little bit to that shot,
like
because
it
you're right, if you're flat and you start pushing, you're in trouble.
right, like, cuz he, like you said, he does miss it, but like, if you come across flat without that little bit of rotation first and he does hit the net, like, here you're covered. But
Hmm.
if you push towards him, you never
Hmm.
get that short side covered.
Correct. Correct.
I
Yep.
love it. I love it. To be able to do that in that moment while you're headed down is it's
Yeah.
remarkable. It's remarkable to me.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, it's so much of it, and any goalie can do this. It's scan. I mean, scanning plays such a important role. It's knowing what's going on in front of you, what's going on your backside. It's just having just having a pulse for where guys are, and that's going to put yourself in the best situation possible because you know where your threats are.